Saudi Arabia has denounced the United States Senate resolutions to end the United States military aid for the Riyadh-led war in Yemen, and to blame the country's crown prince for the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The Saudi Foreign Ministry described the move as interference based on untrue allegations. Thursday's United States resolutions are largely symbolic and unlikely to become law, but they sent a warning to President Donald Trump about US lawmakers' anger towards Saudi policies. In a statement carried by the official Saudi press agency, the Foreign Ministry said, the kingdom condemns the latest position of the United States Senate. It said that such a position was built on untrue allegations. Saudi Arabia, it added, rejected any interference in its internal affairs. The kingdom has previously asserted that the murder of Saudi citizen Jamal Khashoggi is a deplorable crime that does not reflect the kingdom's policy nor its institutions, and reaffirms its rejection of any attempts to take the case out of the path of justice in the kingdom. The US has so far not publicly responded to the Saudi statement. Thursday's vote was the first time any chamber of the United States Congress had voted to pull United States forces from a military conflict under the 1973 War Powers Act. Some of President Trump's fellow Republicans defied him to pass the measure with Democrats by subtract 41. The non-binding resolution called upon Mr. Trump to remove all American forces engaging in hostilities in Yemen, except for those combating Islamist extremists. The United States suspended refueling Saudi warplanes last month, and Thursday's resolution, if it were ultimately passed into law, would prohibit that practice from resuming. The Senate then unanimously passed a resolution blaming Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for Washington Post reported Jamal Khashoggi's murder on 2 October, and insisting that the kingdom hold accountable those responsible. Khashoggi was killed at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Turkey. Please upgrade your browser to view this content. Saudi Arabia's public prosecutor has said Khashoggi was killed on the orders of a rogue intelligence officer. Turkish officials however say they have evidence, including gruesome audio recordings, that the journalist was killed by a team of Saudi agents on orders that came from the highest levels. His body has not yet been found. President Trump has vowed to veto the measures, and they are unlikely at present to pass the House of Representatives, which on Wednesday blocked a vote on the matter. But independent Senator Bernie Sanders, who co-sponsored the measures, said he expected the resolutions to succeed once Democrats formally take over control of the House in January, following their midterm elections victory. The Trump administration had argued the bill on Yemen would undercut the support for the Saudi-led coalition against the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels. White House officials have emphasized as economic ties to the kingdom. Mr. Trump's advisor and son-in-law, Jared Kushner, has continued to cultivate ties with the prince. According to the US media, a senior Congress party politician has been jailed for life in what is being seen as the most important conviction so far over the 1,984 anti-Sikh riots. Siddhar Kumar, who was an MP at the time, was found guilty of inciting crowds to kill Sikhs. In a scathing verdict, the Delhi High Court judges said the accused evaded justice due to political patronage. More than 3,000 Sikhs died in riots following the assassination of them. PM Indira Gandhi by her Sikh bodyguards. They were angry at her decision to send the army into the Golden Temple, Sikhism's holiest shrine, to flush out militants. Earlier in the year, the killing of Mrs. Gandhi who belonged to the Congress now India his main opposition party, saw Nob's attack and murder members of the Sikh community across the country. For 34 years, high-profile politicians accused of involvement in the anti-Sikh riots had evaded justice. On Monday this changed, with Salon Kumar, his conviction. There are a number of cases against Kumar relating to the riots Monday, as verdict is specifically over the killing of a family of 5 in Delhi. Achal Sangha, editor, BBC Punjabi. 5 male members of Jagdish Kaul, his family, were brutally killed 34 years ago. On Monday, she told reporters, "It is a little bomb applied after a long time to our scars. At least one high-profile accused will now go to jail." The conviction and life imprisonment awarded to Kumar, along with jail terms awarded to 5 others, comes as some solace to the Sikh community, but will not act as a closure on the dark chapter. Thousands of Sikhs, whose family members were killed by rampaging mobs in November 1984, have welcomed this judgment. However, their deep sense of anguish and hurt over the massacre, and in this long fight for justice, is unlikely to go away easily. There are other cases pending in the courts, including one against former Congress Minister Jagdish Titlia, who denies any hand in anti-Sikh violence, though more than 400 accused have been sentenced by courts. In these cases, victims have repeatedly complained that adequate steps were never taken to bring high-profile Congress leaders to justice. Kumar, 73, had been previously acquitted by a lower court for his role in the riots, but the verdict was challenged by the country's top investigative agency, which said he had been involved in a conspiracy of terrifying proportions with the police. Nirpreet Kaul, whose father was also burnt alive by mobs before her eyes, wept as she thanked the court for delivering justice after 35 years. Her case, though, is still in court. "I thank the judge and the whole prosecution team who brought the case to its logical conclusion. Had this conviction come earlier, I would have not suffered so much trauma," Ms. Kaur told BBC Punjabi. Ms. Kaur said she was happy that Kumar had received a life sentence because a death penalty would have meant he would have died in a moment, but now he will suffer. Kumar was convicted after several eyewitnesses testified against him for inciting mobs in Delhi, its Sultanpuri area. One woman witness said she had seen him addressing a crowd, telling them that Sikhs had killed his mother, a reference to Mrs. Gandhi. Delhi High Court Judges S. Muralidhar and Vinod Goel found Kumar guilty of criminal conspiracy, promoting enmity and acts against communal harmony, and ordered him not to leave the city and surrender by 31 December. In the summer of 1947, many people were massacred during the partition of India. 37 years later, Delhi witnessed a similar tragedy. The accused enjoyed political patronage and escaped trial, the judges said. Following the verdict, Salon Kumar, Delhi High Court and Sikh genocide were trending on Twitter in India, with thousands of people tweeting about the case. "I welcome Delhi High Court verdict convicting Salon Kumar in 1984 riot case. It has been a very long and painful wait for innocent victims who were murdered by those in power. Nobody involved in any riot should be allowed to escape, no matter how powerful the individual may be." End of Twitter post by @in Kejriwal. Justice delayed but not denied. Riots. End of Twitter post by @Omrad Galamandri. Inder Singh Sirsan, Shiromani Akali Dal on conviction of Salon Kumar in 1984 anti-Sikh riots case. "We thank the court for giving us justice. Our fight will continue till Salon Kumar Jagdish Titler get a death Sentence Gandhi family is tried to the court put in jail. Pic. Twitter.
com
Facts and please end of Twitter post by @ANIA. Singaporean man has won a landmark court case which will allow him to adopt a child he fathered through a surrogate. The man
46
and his long-term partner carried out the process in the United States at a cost of $200.
000159000.
As surrogacy is illegal in Singapore, he tried to legally adopt the child, but the bid was rejected last year, leaving him with no legal parental rights. Same-sex marriages are not recognized in Singapore, and gay sex is illegal. The 4-year-old child is considered illegitimate in the eyes of the law, as the surrogate mother and biological father are not married. The mother, who waived all her rights under the surrogacy deal, is also foreign.